Okay, so here is the heart. Ooh. And this is the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. Um, and so I have labeled everything. And so what we're gonna do is I've taped some little bags and stuff here. Sorry if you can see my cat; she likes to get involved. Um, we're going to put some unoxygenated blood into the right atrium, and then it will hopefully go. Oh my gosh, she's drinking the water. She will go into the right ventricle. Right ventricle, and then hopefully we'll be able to push it up into the pulmonary artery, where it would then go off to the lungs. Oh my god! Off to the lungs, either this way or this way. I've made the unoxygenated blood blue, and then we will do oxygenated blood in red if my cat doesn't drink all of the water first. So yeah, here we go. So the unoxygenated, oh my god, the unoxygenated blood goes down the superior vena cava, or it comes up from the inferior. This is from the head, and this is from like the rest of the body. So then it comes on in here, and goes into the right atrium, and then it will go down into the right ventricle, and these are the valves that will open and close to let that blood in. Then it will build up pressure here in the right ventricle, and then once it builds up pressure, it will go up. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, it's just gonna leak up into the like that, up into the pulmonary artery, and it's leaking. That's okay. It's alright. Up into the pulmonary artery, and it will go over to the lungs to get oxygen, and then make its way back to the heart, which we will look at in just a second. Okay, so once the blood goes to the lungs and picks up oxygen, it comes back in through the veins right here. And it's going to go into the left atrium, and then it will go down. The valve will open and go down into the left ventricle, and it'll build up pressure there, and it'll be pushed up into the aorta this way. And then the aorta splits off into the ascending, and then there's the descending down here as well. This will go up into the head and things like that, and this will go down to the toes and the rest of the body and stuff like that. So hopefully, if it leaks a little bit, we'll see what happens. It probably will. Here we go. So yeah, so the oxygenated blood is gonna come back from the lungs, through the veins, back into the heart. It's red, it's oxygenated. It'll go down, the valves will open, it'll go down into the left ventricle. So that one always works out really well. It's the rest of it. And then it'll build up pressure, and then that pressure will send it over into, it just leaks everywhere. It goes into here, into the aorta, and it goes out through the ascending or down through the descending aorta. I'm going to take off the plastic and wipe off some of the water that has now stained my paper, and just show with some arrows the flow of the blood as well. Okay, here's the heart that I drew, and I did do the water. As you can see, it is ruined my paper. It's fine. fine. But I'm going to demonstrate with some arrows instead, just as another reference of how the blood flows through the heart and how it becomes oxygenated and things like that. So as you can see, I have drawn the superior vena cava, and then it's the inferior down here. So what it'll do is the blood that doesn't have a lot of oxygen, it'll come down through here. And it's going to go into the right atrium in here. And then it is going to fill up in this area. It's going to fill up the right atrium here. Then the valves will open and it will let the blood continue down into the right ventricle here. I wonder. And then so once it's in the right ventricle there, it's going to build up pressure, and under a lot of pressure, it's going to be pushed out the pulmonary artery, and it's going to go either this way to the left lung, or it's going to go this way to the right lung. And in the lungs, it's going to become oxygenated, and it's going to make its way back to the heart. And that way, it's going to come in through the veins right here. So it's going to come in through the veins like this, and it's going to come in to the left atrium right here. It'll fill up. The valves will let it come down into the left ventricle, and then in the left ventricle again it will build up that pressure, and then it's going to build up a lot of pressure, and once that pressure builds, then it is going to have it come back this way, and it's going to push it out through the aorta, and the aorta splits into ascending and then descending down here. So it'll go to its destinations this way, and it'll go to its destinations this way, providing oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. So yeah, that is the heart, and that is how the blood flows. This is definitely a lot cleaner than the water. I wish the water would have worked a little better. It's okay. I get to see my cat, so that's good too. Yeah, there you go. The heart.